Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I'm CHELDIN BARLATT RUMER, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. I do that each and every day through our growing community, our engaging content, and the real connections that we provide. Today is our open house. We have pretty much one every other month, just to give some opportunity for folks to learn a little bit more about what we've got going on and an opportunity to meet with each other. Ask me anything. So tonight should be super, super fun. An opportunity for you to ask me whatever as it relates to PR marketing, growth of business, media creation, content creation, all that fun stuff. We'll be meeting tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern via Zoom. If you are interested in joining us and you have not filled out a registration yet, please make sure that you do so. The link is within the post. So just feel free to register for the event. It's completely free and we'd love to have you. So please make sure that you join us. Again, our Scream Your Dream open house is tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, and we'd love to see you there. Today, we are talking about your position. Each and every day, Monday through Friday, I share a morning message, not only to get you excited and inspired for the day, but keep you motivated each and every day. So Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern, I share my thoughts on how you can keep things moving. And I think today, what I want to talk about is your position, how you are positioning yourself. And I don't think that we think a lot about it. I think we wait for people to position us. We wait for people to tell us where we fit on the food chain. We wait for people to tell us, where it is that we belong and how we should be really focused or delivering ourselves. And I think that puts us at a disservice. And I want us to really think about how you are positioning yourself when you speak about yourself. When you talk about yourself, how are you positioning yourself? Hey, Darby, how are you? Good to see you. How are you positioning yourself? Are you speaking as if you are not necessarily confident in what it is you are doing and where it is you are going? Are you looking for permission from other people? Or are you delivering who you are with confidence? Are you unapologetically standing in your feet, strong and steadfast, moving in that direction? Or are you waiting for people's reaction before you make a move? We must position ourselves in the way in which we would like to be perceived. Because if we do not stand in who we are, if we are not clear on who we are, what we want, and why we deserve it, if we are wavering, and if we can be blown over by the wind, we will in fact be blown over. And that's where the rubber meets the road, and any other analogy I can throw at you, that's where it all begins to make sense, is when you stand in it. When you shake someone's hand, oh my goodness, as we're beginning to do that, give or take. When you stand and look at somebody in the face, and if you are even meeting them via Zoom and you position yourself and they ask you, what is it that you do? How it is that you can help me? How can you help me? What do you do? What is your business all about? What is the purpose of what you've got going on? How are you helping other people? What are you up to? And if you can't stand in yourself and answer that question, that leaves what you are doing, all the sacrifice that you are making, all the dedication that you have to what you are doing, up for interpretation. Now, it's hard enough when you are clear on who it is that you are, what it is that you want, and why you deserve it. It is hard enough when you have all of those things lined up. But when you don't, when you're not clear, when you are wavering on whether or not you are good enough, whether or not you are capable, what happens is that people don't deem you as capable or good enough. When in fact you are. When in fact you have studied your expertise for far too long, you have done all of the necessary dues and paid all the necessary dues that need to be paid, and you are ready and able to do what it is that you are meant to do. But because you have not positioned yourself accordingly, because you have left it to others' devices for them to say, this is where I think CHELDIN needs to be. This is where I think CHELDIN is, as opposed to CHELDIN telling people who it is that I am and what it is that I want, and showing over and over again why it is that I deserve it. Are you positioning yourself properly? That's the question. Or are you leaving that up to someone else? Are you putting yourself in a position where you are really in control of the stories that are being told about you? And do those stories live everywhere that people can find your name? Or are people scratching their temple, questioning what you are up to and what your value is and how much it costs to work with you? Is it one of those situations? Or are you positioning yourself how you would like to be perceived by those that have what it is that you want? How are you positioning yourself? And this can be personally or professionally. All of us know that there's many family members who are taking advantage of the position in which we've placed ourselves, being overly available and allowing for ourselves to give when we have nothing left to give, right? Because how we positioned ourselves is the giver, or the person that's always available, or the person that always has money to be lent out. But let's think about how we're positioning ourselves, not to take fault in how others perceive us, not fully, but to see what we can do in order to control that conversation, to allow for this to make more sense, to allow for us to be in a situation where we feel as if we are in control of what we are putting out into the world. I mean, on television, they're like, control the narrative. Sheldon's just simply said, I'm just simply saying, position yourself the way in which you would like to be positioned. Tell people who you are before they tell you who you are. That is what I'm saying. Because without that answer, without that fill in the blank, Sheldon, what are you up to? People assume what I am up to. Without, hey, Sheldon, what do you need? People assume I need nothing, or that I have all that I need in order to do what it is that I want. So I want for you to think about it. I want for you to think about it clearly, what it is that you are up to. I want you to think about it clearly, how in the world, right? You want the world to perceive you, and I want you to step into that. I want you to step into that. I want you to be that. But keep in mind, I've said this multiple times, this is not about falsehoods. This is not about over-promising and under-delivering, but this is about coming to the table with the honesty of who you are and all that you've done, and step into that because you deserve it, because you are worthy, because it is your time. And if you do not deem yourself worthy or say that you deserve it or recognize that it is your time, then no one else will either. And so what they assume becomes truth, becomes fact. And then you have to live to climb out of that, as opposed to presenting yourself as you are in the space and in the wonderful accomplishments in which you have done and accomplished to this point, and allowing for people to meet you there. So I need you to think about where you are positioning yourself, how you present yourself, what stories you tell to other people about you. That goes out to all of my oversharers over there. Are the stories that you are telling to other people about you, about your business, is that positioning you properly? Or is that making people question whether or not you are worthy? Are you oversharing with maybe the wrong people? Are you not necessarily allowing for people to know the best of you because you may not be positioning yourself in that way? You want people to have boundaries and for people to really understand not only your space and your time and to respect it, but are you making sure that they're clear on those boundaries? Are you letting everybody into your world and into your space? And are you positioning yourself in the best light? So today, on this Monday, happy Monday, everyone, I want you to think about the way in which you are positioning yourself. Ensure that you are putting out into the world the way in which you like to be received, in order for those individuals to take you seriously in that way. And for you to continue to do that work, the work that you deserve, the work that you need, in the way in which you would like for people to see you. So think about it today on this Monday. Think about your positioning. Think about your positioning and all that you're doing to ensure that people see you and hear you the way in which you want to be seen and heard. I'm CHELDIN BARLATT RUMER, and this is it. Like I mentioned before, our open house is tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. We meet via Zoom. If you'd like to join us, you can simply register within the post. The link is right there. So feel free to click. Wow. Feel free to click on that link and then join us a bit later this afternoon/evening. If you are interested in working with us in any other capacity, there's tons of links in there. Feel free to click on one that applies and make sure that you reach out to me. My goal each and every day is to ensure that our community no longer whispers their wishes, but they in fact scream their dream. It's our hope is that you find your voice and you begin to tell your story. So please follow, fan, and like us everywhere you find at This Is It TV. Log on to thisisItTV.com for more information and check out all of our episodes as well as our shows, courses, and programs at thisisit.tv. I'll see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Take care.